If you are struggling with your moods and those winter blues in the dark winter months, I've got 5 great tips to get over those winter blues. We know that with the shortened light cycles and not having a lot of light and natural light, we don't have vitamin D production in our skin. If you live in an area where you don't have that natural sunlight throughout the winter, we have more darkness in general. We tend to stay inside when it's cold, so we're not getting that fresh air and the other benefits of the sun besides that vitamin D. So that's why it's so important, and that's why my first tip is seeing that morning sunlight. So that morning sunlight, even on a cold winter's day when we know that we're not getting any UV, it doesn't matter. We still have to see that morning sun. Really important to be able to do that. And that's something that I do every morning is I get my tea and I sit on my front porch even when it's minus whatever outside here in Canada. I do that to see that morning sunlight. That's going to set the tone for the day. I try to be grounded at the same time on my concrete, and that's important to be grounded to pull up those Earth's electrons into your body first thing in the morning. This is really important for your melatonin secretion later in the day, and that is what sets the tone for the day, is seeing that early morning sun. Okay, number 2 on the list is vitamin D. So we know that the sun in most places in the wintertime, you're not going to have that UV to be able to make that vitamin D. So this is where supplementation may be an option for a lot of people. I take a vitamin D3 and I always take it in the morning because that's when that would mimic when I would first get some natural UV in the summer months. Number 3 is probiotics. So this is something that's really important. So whether you're increasing your probiotics foods, things like sauerkraut is fantastic. Other fermented foods like kimchi, a little bit on the spicier side, this is great because of that gut-brain connection, and that has a lot to do with our moods and what's going on with our microbiome, and having that healthy microbiome and enough of those probiotics, so the good guys, and those live microorganisms that we have in our gut has a lot to do with what's happening with our other neurotransmitters and things like serotonin levels, our dopamine levels, as that's influenced by our microbiome. So really important to get enough probiotics. If you're not eating the foods, a lot of people need to supplement as well with a high quality probiotic that's designed for your human digestive tract. I've got other videos on that, so you can check that out. Okay, number 4, in the winter, you've got to exercise. So exercise, super, super important to move your body, and it's sometimes more challenging to do that when it's cold because nobody wants to go out in the cold. It's very difficult to do that for a lot of people. Now, I love the cold and I've learned to really love it, and because not only does it help to increase your brown fat, and exercising outdoors with the fresh air and the natural sunlight exposure is super, super important, but moving your body is important, especially when you feel like just sort of cozying up and hunkering down in the colder winter months. You got to move. That's so important for our overall health and increases all of that electron flow in our body. Okay, and number 5 on the list is sleep. So for a lot of people, it's a lot easier to sleep in the cold winter months, but this is important that you're getting quality sleep. So that means, especially in our modern world, using less devices, especially right before bed. That blue light and those EMFs from your cell phone, from your tablet, from all of those screens is not going to allow you to have the best deep sleep and that good quality sleep, which is what you need in terms of keeping all of your hormones in balance and to fight off those winter blues. For more information on what to look for if you think you are low in vitamin D, please check out my video, 7 Early Warning Signs of Vitamin D Deficiency. I'll see you there.